Hi there, and welcome to my channel. I'm Helene, your weight loss and transformation specialist. Today, I want to talk about a topic that's very close to my heart: weight, body image, and the mother wound. We're going to unravel the mother wound and explore its impact on weight, your body image, and the overall well being of you. Now, the relationship between a mother and a child is deeply complex, shaping the very core of an individual's belief, self worth, and emotional well being. The mother wound is a term coined to describe the emotional trauma or neglect experienced in one's relationship with their mother, and it can have a profound effect on various aspects of a person's life, including their struggles with weight, body image, self discipline, and setting that personal boundaries for yourself. In this comprehensive exploration, we're going to delve into the intricacies of the mother wound and its manifestation in the realms of weight related issues, body image struggles, self sabotaging behaviors. And we can also going to discuss the strategies for healing this deep seated wound. First off, we have to understand, what is this mother wound? Well, the mother wound refers to the emotional pain and unmet needs stemming from a challenging or dysfunctional mother child relationship. It may manifest in feelings of abandonment, inadequacy, or the internalization of a critical voice. Unresolved mother wounds can impact one's ability to form healthy relationships, not just with people, but with food, maintain self discipline, and cultivate a positive self image. Now, how does this wound manifest in your body, and what is this got to do with weight related and body image issues? Well, seeking validations through external appearances. Individuals with mother wounds may unconsciously seek validation and approval through their external appearance, particularly their weight and body shape. And they will struggle with body weight can become a way of compensating for feelings of unworthiness. Now, self worth and body image. The mother wound can contribute to distorted perceptions of self worth, leading to negative body image. A lack of maternal affirmation may result in an incessant desire for external validation, often manifested through obsessive weight management. Self discipline and setting boundaries. Normally, people with this mother wound have got it difficult in establishing and maintaining self discipline, and it's a common repercussion of the mother wound. The absence of a nurturing, guiding maternal figure can hinder the development of healthy boundaries and self control. And now I just want to take a moment and explain why my fascination with the mother wound come from. Well, I was born many years back, 51 for you that doesn't know, and I was actually made to save a marriage, my mother and my father. And well, that is a big thing to put on a child, to save a marriage, because that is not a child's job, it's the parent's job. So knowing that from young can put a big burden on a child, all right? And your mother is your first love, even though you are a daughter, it's that nurturing. Your mother is everything in your life. She's the one that makes you supposed to make you feel worthy, to love you unconditionally, and to protect you, to protect and nurture you. Now, my mother and father did not have a good relationship. My dad was an alcoholic and he was absent. He was not emotionally available. He disappeared for times on end, and we really struggled. So my mother had affairs, and we saw that since we were young. And since I was 3, there was a permanent man in her life. And we actually went with her sometimes on dates, um, that he came to fetch her and us. And and we were told to not tell our father. And putting that burden on a child to keep a secret is, well, it's a big thing that can leave lasting scars. So when I was 6, my mother and father eventually got a divorce, and we immediately moved in with my stepfather. Now, he was 27 years older than my mum and totally different than my dad. My father, although he was an alcoholic, he was not um, physically abusive. He hardly ever talked. There was no emotional connection between us. Um, he was unavailable emotionally and physically. So, and financially, where my stepfather was came from a totally different background, a military religious background, and he was very old school and believed children should be not seen and not heard, and that he had a personality that was very narcissistic and abusive. So since I was very small, I took on the role of the one that has to protect my family. And that's also not a burden that a child must carry. That is the responsibility of the parent. So I immediately felt when we moved in there that I must protect my family. I had an older brother and sister, and I even felt I have to protect my mother, my brother, and my sister against this man. For me, he was the devil, and he was very, very strict. He was abusive. He was narcissistic. And we just bumped heads from the start, even if I was a very small girl and we just couldn't get along. I rebelled against him from the start. So, and he just couldn't take it. For him, children don't do that. So they listen and they do what they've been told. And I wasn't like that. I wanted to know why I must do that. And I said no. So, because for me, he wasn't supposed to be in the family. He came and disrupted everything. So from the age of 6, I was physically abused by my stepfather for many, many years, and not just physically, mentally, emotionally, and I can say sexually. So what does, and I, even though I was so young, I still felt I had to protect my mum and I had to protect my older siblings against this monster. For me, he was the monster of the fairy tales. This is what he was. So I never felt worthy of protection because I had to do the protection from the start. I had to take the punishment. I had to take that on me. And that created so much damage in myself for many, many years. And it was things that I really had to work through as an adult. And I mean, it still manifests in me throughout the years. So that's just a short background, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. So then why as adults do we self-discipline or self-sabotage when these kind of things happen to us? And I just want to say that it's not just children or daughters that was in an abusive childhood, or it can be lots of things. We're actually going to get into that. Things that the mother is a loving mother, she does everything right, but none of us are perfect, and we do make mistakes, and that can leave a mother wound. So we will talk about that and give examples. So I developed a eating disorder from the age of 17. I never liked my body, but I didn't have a lot of body issues. But I never wanted my stepfather to see me as sexy. He called me that, and I hated that. So I think what occurred then is that I self-sabotage my body to not be sexy, and that's why through the years, and I felt guilty, because he not only abused me, he abused my mother physically, and I always tried to stop that, and I couldn't. I felt I can't control the situation, so that left a lot of scars. So now, why do we self-sabotage? It's that internal criticism. The mother wound often leads to internalizing a critical voice that perpetuates self-sabotaging behaviors. Individuals may subconsciously believe they are undeserving of success or happiness, leading to behaviors that undermine their efforts. And through the years, with all my yo-yo dieting on and off and on and off, I always self-sabotage my weight loss. It's like I didn't really want it. I didn't really believe I deserved to be pretty or sexy, or I was feeling scared. There was a lot of that. The fear of rejection, a deep-seated fear of rejection rooted in the mother wound, can drive self-sabotage as a protective mechanism. Unconsciously, individuals may sabotage their own progress to avoid potential rejection or disappointment. Now, I just quickly want to go into different scenarios how the mother wound gets created in daughters and give a few examples. Scenario one, and I'm just going to talk about a few. There's so many more, and we will explore them all on a later day as well. Unhealthy comparison and criticism. Example, a mother constantly compares her daughter's appearance, achievements, or personal behavior that's unfavorable to her siblings or to her own. That comparison, you get mothers that's always competing with their daughters. Why are you not like them, or why are you not like me? As statements like, why can't you be more like your sister? Or I was much more accomplished at your age, can leave lasting emotional scars and foster feelings of inadequacy and unworthiness. To the scenario to emotional unavailability. And here I just want to say, I remember 3 times during my childhood that my mother just disappeared, that she was just gone for weeks on end. And when I was abused by my stepfather, she didn't stand up for me. We were in that situation, and I just believed that what she told me is, I don't have a job, I don't have money, I can't just take my 3 children and leave. We just have to take this, but you must take. It was always told that I actually aggravated the situation. I must just stay quiet, and I mustn't say anything. I mustn't fight back. So it was always put back on me that it's my fault that this is happening to me. A mother who is emotionally distant, either due to her own unresolved issues or external stresses. may inadvertently create a mother wound. The lack of emotional attunement, limited expression of love or affection, and dismissive responses to the daughter's emotional needs can lead to a sense of abandonment and difficult forming secure attachments. Guys, scenario 3, projecting unfulfilled ambitions. Now, this you see so many times, that the mother wanted to be a ballerina, or the mother wanted to do that and she couldn't do it, or she wanted to study that and now she wants her daughter to do that, or she wanted to be a beauty queen and now she wants her daughter to do that. A mother projects her unfulfilled dreams onto her daughter, pressuring her to achieve certain goals or follow a specific path. Statements like, I never got to pursue my dreams, so you need to live them for me, can burden the daughter with unrealistic expectations, hindering her ability to develop a sense of self and autonomy. Conditional love and approval. A mother who only offers love and approval when a daughter meets certain standards or expectations may instill a deep fear of rejection. Statements like, I'll only be proud of you if you excel in school, create an environment where the daughter believes her worth is contingent upon external accomplishments, fostering a fragile sense of self. Scenario 5, gaslighting and minimizing her daughter's emotions. A mother who dismisses or belittles her daughter's feelings, gaslighting her into thinking her emotions aren't valid or exaggerated. Statements like, you're being too sensitive, or stop making a big deal out of nothing, can lead to a daughter suppressing her emotions and doubting the legitimacy of her own experiences. Scenario 6, the lack of autonomy. A mother who's overly enmeshed in a daughter's life, making decisions on her behalf and not allowing her to develop on her own, can create a mother wound. Statements like, I know what's best for you, or intrusive involvement in personal choices can hinder the daughter's ability to trust her own judgment and making independent decisions. Then, scenario 7, the last one that we're going to look at today, is unrealistic body image expectations. A mother who's constantly communicates the importance of physical appearance, weight, or dieting. Statements like, you should watch what you eat, no one likes a girl who's too heavy, and that's things that my stepfather actually continuously told me. Never look like your mother. You're never going to get a man if you're fat. Men don't like fat women. That was always told to me over and over and over again. And it contributes to a distorted body image and an unhealthy relationship with food, potentially leading to lifelong struggles with weight. And not did he just say those kind of things, then he did the contrary of, when we did have meals and I did not finish my meal, then I would get a beating and I had to sit there till my meal is finished, even if I vomited. I won't go into details about that, but that is so contradictory that you made to believe that you can't even trust your own body's ability to know when you are full and say no, because food must not be wasted. So yeah, that's also, and I know there's fathers that does that, like my stepfather does, but there's mothers that do that as well. It is important to note that these scenarios are not exclusive, and the mother wound can manifest in numerous ways. And the impact of these scenarios on a daughter's psyche is cumulative, often resulting in complex web of emotions and beliefs that influence so many aspects of her life, including relationships, self-esteem, personal well-being. So it's so important to address these patterns through self-awareness, therapy, and intentional healing practices, that you can break that cycle and not repeat it with your daughter. All right, so we've looked now at the different scenarios. Now we're going to look at just a short one. I do want to make a longer video about this, of healing the mother wound. Therapy and self-reflection. Engaging in therapy particularly models the focus on childhood attachment and family dynamics, can help you unravel and understand the intricacies of the mother wound. Self-reflection is a crucial step in acknowledging and processing that emotional pain. Reparenting involves nurturing and soothing the inner child wounded by maternal neglect or trauma. So I know a lot of those things my stepfather did, but because my mother didn't step up and protected me in that scenario, that's where the mother wound came from. Visualization exercises and self-compassion practice can be powerful tools in this process. Establishing healthy boundaries. Learning to set and maintain healthy boundaries is essential for healing the mother wound. This includes recognizing and respecting personal limits and fostering a sense of autonomy and cultivating self-compassion. Mindfulness and self-care. Incorporating mindfulness practices and self-care routines can help individuals reconnect with their bodies and emotion. Mindful eating, meditation, and other self-soothing activities contribute to a more positive relationship with yourself and with food. And forgiving your mother, knowing that even whatever she did, that you must come from a place that you can forgive that and let it go, so that you get that weight off you. And know that maybe she did her best of what she knew in the circumstances, and she also had her mother wound that was brought on by her mother. So it's a whole relationship. It goes through the ages. Now, in conclusion, I just want to say, exploring the interplay between the mother wound and the struggles with your weight, body image, self-discipline, self-sabotage unveils the profound impact of early maternal relationships on your individual psyche. By addressing and healing the mother wound through therapeutic interventions, self-reflection, and nurturing practices, and forgiveness, individuals can embark on a transformative journey towards a healthier, more empowered relationship with themselves and their bodies. So, in the comments, please tell me your story. We all have our story from our mother wound. We will explore the father wound as well. But for now, I'm talking about this deep-rooted mother wound. And what did he do to you? And did you come to the place that you can forgive your mother? Have you ever thought of the things that she said to you that still have an impact on your life and your body and your weight today? Please talk to me about that and leave it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. So please go and subscribe and click that like button, because I want to really explore more of this topic with you. Thanks for joining.